Yeah, I've been boxing since I was about 15 years old. Um, Won a few tournaments, and I had a dream of being on the Olympic team. And in 1995, June of 1995, I started using cocaine, and that's when I left everything behind. Very much, and me and my girlfriend separated, and I felt alone. And I was introduced to cocaine by one of my friends, and from that day forward, I got high, and I used drugs to stay numb for about 15 years. I was robbing people. I was stealing out of stores, doing everything I possibly could so I can get my next high, so I can get my next fix. It didn't matter who I hurt, what I was doing. I just got high. Being in prison, it makes you realize how you affect your loved ones. You a lot of times in your life you don't think that the only people that you're affecting is you when you're getting high, when you're using drugs or alcohol. Um, Not until I was in prison in Pennsylvania did I realize that I affect everybody. I affect my children, my victims' family, my community most of all, and that's where I'm at now. I went to jail October 9th, 2010. I ended up going to prison at Cole Township up in Pottsville. I think it's Pottsville or somewhere upstate. And from there, I got a promotional transfer for never getting in trouble and everything. And I went to SCI Fayette. And the last 2.5, 3 years I was there, I took the therapeutic community TC program. I took domestic violence. And I took everything I could take to better myself. But there was a program at SCI Fayette. It's called Impact of Crime. Um, and that's where victims come in and share their stories about how we affect them by our crimes. That's what changed my life. Knowing how I affect people, not just myself. For all these years, as I said, I thought I was only hurting me. And I don't like hurting other people or other people, even people being mad at me. You know, my daughter said she needed her dad. So that's my goal. Now I'm happy. I'm happier now than I've ever been. The day I got out, I went to Mark Schrader and asked him if I can help the youth out. He said yes. Been going there on Mondays, helping them guys out. I help coach them a little bit. I give them pointers here and there, and I spar them. I was driving home, and there was a company on the left, and I told my mom, "Mom, pull in there." She's like, "Why?" I said, "Just pull in there. I'm gonna ask them if they're hiring." I walked inside, and I asked them if they were hiring. They called the general manager, Stephanie, and she called me, and I gave her my resume and everything. And I said, before we get started, I wanted to let you know I'm a drug addict. I've been clean 5.5 years. I'm coming up on 6 years. I just spent 6.5 years in the penitentiary, and I just need a chance. They said, well, we might call you. A few days later, they called me and gave me an interview, and they said everybody deserves a second chance. My dream is be a great husband, be a great son to my mother, and be a great father to my kids. To have my family be proud of me. There's a poem or a saying on your death stone. There's two dates: the day you were born, the day you died. Them two dates don't matter. It's the dash in between. Everybody's gonna remember you from, and that's what I want to be. I want people to say, "Hey, he changed. He can do it," and he did it. So that's all I got.